Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Hi, Ginger, how are you? Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Good evening, Renee, how are you? Hi, Veronica, how are you doing today? Veronica, I've been thinking about you. I was thinking about that comment on the video. Yes, all is well, Ginger. Hi, Kat. How are you? Thank you. Hi, Dragonfire. Thank you. I am having a blessed day. I hope you are too. I've had a very busy day, actually. I feel like my eyes are watering. Oh, hi, Rita. Hi, Nick. I'm glad to hear that, Renee. Good, good. Good morning, Stefanovsky. How are you? How are things in Australia? Yes, it's Monday for you already. My goodness, I can't even believe that the weekend is already coming to a close here. How you doing, Mike? I'm doing well, thank you. What's new, everybody? What are you up to this Sunday? I was filming a lot of videos this weekend. I filmed all the zodiac readings that are now up on YouTube, and I filmed something new. Something new that I haven't talked about. Hi, Chuck. I'm well, thank you. How are you? You did? Congratulations, Sharon. That's wonderful. Rough week with Mercury retrograde, yeah. But guess what, Veronica? Tomorrow, Mercury retrograde is ending. It's going direct. I mean, post shadow, but still, it'll be ending. Hi, Nozomi. How are you? Hi, Lucia. Yes. Well, do you remember a while back? Hi, Suzette. Oh, thank you so much. Sven, thank you. Hi, Lori. Thank you. You were at a concert last night. Nice. So a little while back, hi Chrissy, I got a really great question about how to ask for what you want or better. Hi Susan, how are things in Maryland? Hi Crystal. And oh, and you lost a friend this week. I'm so sorry, Veronica. I am so sorry for your loss. Hi Dance, how are you? So I ended up thinking about that question about ask for what you want or better. I know the request was to do a Zoom. And so I don't know, I kind of sat down this morning. Bonjour Norman, ça va bien? Hi Christy. Hi Tracy. Hi Baddies. Hi Jose. Hi Dana. Hi Becca. Hi Giselle. Yeah, you remember that, Lucia? So the question that came out was, Kelly, how do I ask for what I want or better? So what did I decide to do? Hi, Kevin. I sat down and created a 17 video plan. I took do you remember that day that I took notes and I wrote down a list? You guys gave me 17 questions or topics. Hi, Janine. And so oh, she was only 25. I'm so sorry, Veronica. Hi, Jill. Yeah, condolences are coming over from Instagram. And so I ended up filming 3 videos of that series just now in all my favorite shirts in different colors. So I filmed 3 videos. Now I have to actually sit down and edit them and put them together. But I wanted to answer the question of how to ask for what you want or better. And I've had it in my mind for the last few weeks, ever since the question came up. And so, yeah, the videos are not up though yet, Lucia, but they will be maybe, I don't know, in a few days. I need some time to sit down and process all the information that I went through. But yeah, it was kind of one of those things where I took to heart the questions that you had or the concerns. Some of the topics you guys asked me about were doubt, like how do you deal with doubt? How do you deal with fear? Like what does a balanced relationship look like? Things like that. Hi haters, how are you? Now I love it when I say hi haters and hi baddies. Baddies on YouTube, haters on Instagram. Not that these are haters. Haters love me is the username. We love it. Oh, I appreciate that. That's very much a compliment. I've never been told that, but thank you. Christina Applegate. I mean, she was Kelly Bundy, right? So Kelly, I could see the similar. Hi, Tamara. How are you? Hi, Lucia. You can't wait for warm weather. Yeah, me too. Me too. So yeah, I was filming all these videos today and I thought, you know what? I know I have other things to do. Like I have other tarot videos that I need to make. You know, like how I always throw in a Kelly Talks or like a learning tarot for self-development. Well, I added to the list of how to ask for what you want or better. I don't know, maybe I get distracted by different ideas, but for some reason, this one really kind of stuck with me this weekend, you know? So anyways, that's what I've been up to today. So you'll see those in the next little while. But I'm excited about them because I do think I always say to you guys, ask for what you want or better. And maybe I need to share some personal stories about how, I told you my eyes are watering today. It's like my makeup is running, of how to share that with you all. So tell me, everybody, what's your word of the day? What's your word of the day? How are you feeling today? You need some direction, Janine? I appreciate that. I will post those as soon as possible. Good, Jill. I'm glad you feel happy. Peace is your word of the day, haters? Yeah. Blessed, Jeremy? Good. I'm glad to hear that. Lighter, Giselle? Good. I feel like I haven't even drank all of my coffee. Now, you remember when I was filming videos for Kelly Talks and you guys would say, is there really coffee in your cup when you're holding your Oh, thank you. I love these cups. I bought these cups at like Marshall's and HomeSense. I bought a whole bunch of them, if you remember, about a year or two ago. Probably a couple years ago now. But they're kind of my favorite cups because they're different colors and then like I don't know, the shininess on them. Hi, Steph. Mellow, hopeful, feeling heavy. Yeah, Veronica, I'm so sorry. I really am. So yeah, I didn't even get to drink all of my coffee. I was holding my coffee cup when I was filming in the one video. I'm like holding my coffee cup like it's like a baby, like I gotta support it, you know? Oh no, you have allergies, Kat? They're really bad right now, the allergies. Good, Annette. I'm glad you feel happy. Is it coffee? Tessa? Yes, it is coffee. See, it's coffee. There's nothing in the coffee. No Baileys or anything like that. It's just coffee. It's actually cold, but that's okay. You love coffee, French vanilla? Oh, you have all 4 seasons allergies. I'm sorry to hear that. I know, I'm live on a Sunday. Well, I was just filming I was just filming some videos and I had my hair done and my makeup on and I was like, I'll pop on live. And I feel like when I have that ready to go, then I'm all good. So yes, the cup has a dimpled bottom. Just like me. Your right eye has been watering. Yeah, this is my right eye and it has been watering too. So coffee with a kick is always a plus. It sure is. Yeah. Mushroom coffee, Zen? No, it's not. No, it's not. Hi, Laura. How are you? Oh, you guys are funny. It's a house full of baddies tonight, Becca. You got it. You just watched the Virgo reading? Oh, I'm glad you loved it. Thanks, Giselle. Yeah, the readings every week I'm trying. I hope you guys like Hi, Sarah. I hope you like the zodiac readings. I've been trying every week to do a little bit of a different format, like as in I choose different decks. This week I chose decks I haven't used in ages, actually, and I choose different questions. So I hope that helps. Hi, Perminder. Do I know about twin flame connections? I sure do. Oh, I need to do a video on that too. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? It's nice to see you. Hi, Val. So yeah, let's get into it. Tomorrow, Mercury goes direct. Venus is going to go direct at the end of the week. And we have a full moon in Libra on Saturday, the same time as Venus going direct. So the full moon Zoom is on Friday night. We're going to get the 4011. I was laughing at myself thinking about we're doing this on April 11th. So we're going to get the 4011. You too, Jill. Have a wonderful day. We're going to get the 411 on the full moon. Now, the full moon is in Libra, which is all about partnerships. So, how many of you are feeling energies about partnerships? And it doesn't even have to be romantic. Like, it's not even necessarily this is all about love. It's about peace. It's about harmony. It's about balance. Full moon energy, purging, surrendering, letting go. So, we talked about in the, if you saw the zodiac readings, you know what I'm referring to. Sorry, I'm assuming it's like I'm having a conversation because when I'm talking to a camera, it's like I'm talking to myself or I'm having this running conversation. But I think we've been feeling like we're in a void, right? Not the verb avoid. I mean, there is to avoid something, but also this, avoid. We're in this neither nor. And I think that's what's been the energy ever since the eclipses, with these retrogrades as well, if you want to throw that in there. And we're kind of like not in the new, but we're not in the old, but we're kind of stuck. And the three words that I kept hearing from people throughout the week were stuck, emotional, and restless. Laura just said feeling the energy and strangely apprehension. Definitely balance needed. A lot of testing. This is something that I said in one of the videos that I was filming today, and it was talking about doubt. And whenever you're about to go to the next level in something, you're tested. You're tested, always. And I told that story actually at the last full moon, where I remember when I started getting some comments on my Instagram, and it was like, it threw me for a loop because it was not necessarily directed at me, but they were very odd comments. And I remember that feeling of like, okay, this is an indication that you're about to do something new, right? So Nick just said the eye of the storm kind of energy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad, Janine. Thank you. Yeah, Umair, we're going to be doing a general collective reading. I'm going to start pulling the cards, you know. Oh, Steph, I'm sorry to hear that you have two ill family members, but only doing what you can, not overdoing and not over explaining, but still, yeah, but still, exactly. Steph, all you can do is look out for you. Garance just said the energy feels very strange, lots of emotion, difficult family situations. Yeah. Perfect timing, Laura. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I totally get it. Bonsoir, Kathy. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's one of those things where I think people are just being tested and you just gotta try to stay balanced and do what you need to do and hope for the best, really. I mean, we don't know until we cross that bridge. That's all we can do, right? The Leafs win last night, did they, Lucia? I didn't watch. I didn't watch. My mom's doing all right. She's still grieving, yes, she's still grieving, but I have something to maybe share a little snippet with you. I can't totally guarantee at the moment, but I'm going to give you a little tidbit of information. Because I'm going to be making those new videos that I filmed today, I'm going to make a little teaser for them. And the reason why I'm making a little teaser for them is because I've had my own kind of epiphany in the last few days. Hi, Tanya. Happy Sunday. I don't have any kids, Taz, but thank you. Thank you. I'm well. I asked my mom, I said, I'm working on a new project and I want to make a little montage. I want to make a little video about the last 10 years of my life. And I said, would you be okay if I used some pictures of you and Dad? Because obviously they're a part of my life. The last, oh, my cats. Oh, sorry, Tess. Yes, my cats. My cats are very, very well. Thank you. I wanted to, yeah, cats. Yeah, cats. Also my kids. Yeah. And so, hi, Calliope. And I said to my mom, can I use some pictures? Would you be okay? Because not all people are okay with that, right? Having their pictures put on social media. And so, yeah, guest stars in the videos. So I said to my mom, I'm like, but see, like my dad passing away is part of my last 10 years. My mother, of course, is part of my last 10 years. I want to even show you my wedding photo. Obviously, my ex-husband will not be in this photo, but I wanted to show you myself, what I look like when I got married, or obviously I'm divorced, but my point is I wanted to show you the progression of things that have happened over the last 10 years. And that'll include, hi Quinita, that'll include maybe a picture of when I went to New York, or a picture of, when I was traveling in Denmark or whatever. Like I wanted to do like a little montage throughout the years of just some of the things that I've done, and wanted to share that with you guys. So that's something I'll work on. It's going to be very short, but just something to kind of give you an idea. I've been really heavily reflecting on the last 10 years, because it's taken me like 8 to 10 years to achieve the better in my life. And I look at it like this: if this is better, what could be even better? My goodness, you know? So when I told my mom that I wanted to, put a picture of dad and her, she was like, "Oh, I like this picture, or I like that picture." And so we're just sort of talking about which ones she's okay with me showing, you know? So yeah, the Kelly montage. I just kind of yeah, the evolution of KL. That's right. Because you know what? Honestly, it has been a very tough and difficult decade, but yet so many rewards and so many good things that came out of it. Hi, Smirks. How are you? Hi, Michelle. And so, yeah, I've just been very emotional thinking about all these moments. You can relate, Christy? Yeah, I mean, like, my gosh, I've been through, I've been through divorce. Well, obviously, infidelity, divorce, house flood, death of my grandmother, my father, my grandfather, changing careers, moving 3 times technically, dating. I mean, it's been a roller coaster, It's been so many things. But I'm curious to know how you are reflecting about this time. And maybe I'm thinking about it. Thank you. Maybe I'm thinking about it a lot because I know that we're getting into new energy. You can feel it coming. And it's a different feeling than what I've had in a long time. It's a real sense of peace. It's a real sense of happiness. And there have been days where it's been really tough. Like, not gonna lie. I mean, I don't always say it, but of course there are days when I go to bed and I'm sad about something, or I'm frustrated with something, or yeah, it's been an interesting time in my life. So I think many of us can relate, and I think that's why I always believe in being vulnerable and talking about these things with you. And I've always said to you, I can talk about the past very easily. I'm an open book about the last years. When it's present stuff, I have to keep that in order to process it and then teach it later. But that's why I figured the next step would be truly to talk about how I've shifted into the better from where I was. Because I want you to be able to have it sooner than I did, if that makes sense. Michelle just said the last 10 years have been hell. I wonder how I'm still here. I don't think you're still in the same place, Michelle. I think we all have to recognize that we take small steps. Zen just said, I have to say this week was the first week in literally months I felt happy and grateful for 5 days and not sad and depressed. I'm glad to hear that, Zen. Oh my gosh, that's so cute, Taz. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, the kitten kneading. Oh, that's so sweet. I've never waited. I always dated, Becca. Always, always, always. Let me tell you. Always. Oh, thanks, Sam. I do have a lot of patience, but I can't say that it's easy, right? I think it's easier said in retrospect, but in the moment, there were times when I said, oh, why can't this go quicker? Or why can't I have this? Or what's the issue? But Chuck just said, memory lane walks can be challenging, but also a huge help in moving forward. And Kelly, all the sharing you've done with so many has helped me, as I'm sure many others. Thank you, Chuck. I appreciate that. Hi, Renata. That sounds like the teacher part of my personality trying to help us out. Definitely, Kathy. Always. Always. My intentions, I've always said this with my students, my intentions are pure. I want good things for you. Is it easy? No. I'm not going to lie to you. Amazing, Lucia. You're working on a new painting. It's never easy. None of this is easy. I wish I could snap my fingers and make it easy for you. But it's something that we have to do in our own time and figure it out as we go and learn, right? Yeah. It's true, Giselle. We teach what we need to learn, of course. The harder the journey, the better the breakthrough. That is for sure. And you always doubt yourself before you do something, you know? Right when you're about to have the biggest breakthrough is when you doubt yourself. So it's one of those things. Wow, a dose of spirit. Just said, I was homeless, having cancer, but I have an apartment now and cancer-free or in remission. I'm very happy to hear that for you. I appreciate that, Steph. It led us all to be together, for sure. And you know, listen, it is a journey. I hope in my heart of hearts that we're here till the very end together. But if not, I know that that's okay too. It's all part of the plan, all part of the process, right? And I hope that it brings something to all of you. I really do. So you're welcome. Well, true. It is a little bit like right now, you notice I haven't totally pulled out the cards yet. I will. But sometimes it's nice just to kind of hang out too. It doesn't always have to be a card reading. Is it appropriate to date at age 59? Of course it is. Absolutely, Lori. Live it up. It's never too late. Never too late. I don't believe so. Like I told you, my eyes are watering today like crazy. Yeah. But I feel like that's the season. I don't have allergies, but lately when I've been going out and about, I feel like my eyes have been... We like to chat, Laura. We like to chat. You know? Have a wonderful dinner, Lucia. See, Giselle just said, oh my God, I'm dating at 64. Yes, 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 of course. I don't think there's ever an age that you, oh, you just shed a tear? Oh, Clivey, that's sweet. Yeah, it's nice to talk about everyday things as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's never too late to date. I'm stuck with you. Mike, I hope so. I hope so. I mean that. Mike, I want to hear that the strength position is you know what, fill in the blank, when we're 80 coming on live, you know? Do I have allergies? I don't think I have like crazy allergies, Laura, but I do think that I do get affected, like, you know, headaches or air pressure headaches for sure. Sometimes my eyes do water, you know, when I'm out and about. Oh, Taz, thank you. You call all your older lady friends hoochie mamas when you see them? Damn, girl, you look good. Yes, yes. I know. We're going to be laughing about Mike's strength position for ages to come. I like how the baddies over here are having their having their moment. I love it. Whenever I oh my God, now my eyes are seriously, holy smokes. I'm just reading through their comments. It's pretty funny. It will always be. Okay, good to know. Good to know. You found a video of the day you moved your finger for the first time. Oh, sorry. Yes, you found a video the day you moved your finger for the first time after the stroke, from being frozen to moving one finger to today. In 7 years, I lost myself and rebuilt a new, happier life. I'm so proud of you, Kat. Like, I really, really am proud of you. Incredible. Sorry, I'm just shaking up my water here. Yeah, my eyes are kind of like burning a little bit. But granted, I've been looking at a screen for I don't know how many hours at this point. Like I said, I filmed 3. I don't know how long they're going to be. They're not going to be super long though. I'm hoping they'll be long enough, but not too long. Hi, Jesus. How are you? What's the water mixed with? It's cherry pomegranate. It's Ultima Replenisher. It's an electrolyte. There's just coffee in my I don't know how I'm drinking coffee and this at the same time. Don't ask me. I'm one of those people that can go back and forth between like chocolate and chips to chocolate, like salty to sweet, you know, and back and forth. I don't know about you. You still don't believe that's water? No, it's water. It's water. It's water. It's water. You felt like your eyes were holes burnt into your head. Yeah, my eye, like they're bothering me right now a little bit. We always hope that it will be long enough. Exactly, Nick. Hi, Dora. Good afternoon. How are you? Oh, yeah, my eyes. Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, shall we? Shall we get into the cards? Let's see what we need to know. How long is long enough? That's a very good question, Dora. I don't know if we want to, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could throw a number in the chat, but I mean, that would be maybe for a full moon Zoom. Since we're speaking about relationships at we're doing the 411 at the full moon Zoom on Friday. I mean, that might be a moment to throw a number out there. The video on social media with the measuring tape, and you know the one I'm talking about, where it measures a foot, right? And then goes into the rationale. That one always makes me laugh. I think that's like one of those videos you could see a million times over and laugh every single time, you know? Thanks, Taz. I appreciate it. Yeah, the 411 full moon Zoom. You had some rain today and it helped with the pollen. Wishing everyone some good old fashioned rain as well. Yes, I think you know what? It may rain here too. I don't know. We had some sunny weather, but then at the same time, it gets dark a little bit too. It's been back and forth. But, now, when you say 27 Club Cat, maybe did I miss something? The current energy today is the 8 of Cups. You got it at the right time, Dora. You sure did. You sure did. Thank you, Abe. Thank you. 8 of Cups is walking away from things that no longer serve you. So how many of you right now feel the urge to purge? Got to let go a little bit. Like it's something that is pulling at you that you know you got to let go of. Yeah, in that video, sorry. That's funny. So a lot of you may be thinking about things to let go of, right? And I know, Chuck. I'm thinking about, Chuck, a question that came up about why do we hold on, right? Like, why do we hold on to things? The bottom line is, why do we hold on to something with hope, hoping that it will change even after 7 months or 8 months or whatever it is? It's because we have fear. We have fear of change and we have fear of the unknown. And that's human. I mean, like, let me remind you, it is human to be afraid of something. It's human to let go. It's human to make mistakes. It's human to have a bad day, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. So if that's the time that it takes, if that's what we were told or shown, then that's what it takes. And so people have to decide what's best for them and in the timing that is meant for them. That's what it comes down to. So yeah. You're weaning off nicotine and it's about time. Yeah, if that's something you need to do or you feel. Yeah, I mean, Tamara, listen, I think it's all relative. And if that's something that you feel, then absolutely. Absolutely. You want to get more boxes out of the second bedroom. And you did. You got more of them out. Good for you, Steph. I'm very proud of you to hear that. It takes time to purge and let go of things. So let's see what else we need to know. Earth Tiger, breaking through the barrier. So thank you, Renata. This is all about breaking through the threshold. It's funny, actually, because that was in the video that I filmed today, where we talked about what if a red light wasn't a red light? What if it was just a threshold? Hi, CL. I'm well, thank you. How are you doing today? Kitties are good. So this says breaking through the barrier. We're going to walk away, let go of the things that no longer serve, and see what's next, right? So let's take a look at the Sacred Souls portal. Sophia, you're asking, will you buy a house in May? I hope so. I'm sending you lots of positive vibes. I mean, to manifest that, you have to have the belief that you're going to do it. And with that, we have sacred space. So this card says, carve out a little niche for your spiritual practice and make your home a retreat. So if maybe you need to find a place in your home where you can just feel comfortable, or have a little altar or crystals or something that makes you feel connected, do that. Whatever makes you feel good. Zen just said, love that idea. I had a really hard time letting go of the most recent relationship. It's tough. Zen, it's the hardest thing is to let go of someone or something you care about. Hi, Rosia. How are you? So Lena just said an ex. It's hard. Of course it is. You're stuck in an inspirational rut, though. I'm sorry to hear that. I think that's because we feel like we're in a void right now. We're in a void. And so the potential or challenge with all of this energy is the Nine of Swords, the worry and the anxiety, right? That's the what's next. We don't know what's next until we get there. We'll figure it out as we go. Timu roped you into buying some tarot decks. That's an app I don't use, but I've heard people buy a lot of things off there. You're welcome, Steph. You're welcome. So with that, we have here the metal rat. This says, be aware of projection. You know, sometimes our anxieties and worries are projected onto other people and vice versa, right? You know, I used to always say, my fears don't have to be your fears don't have to be my fears. Hi, Never. How are you? Good afternoon. Just be really careful with projection. A lot of the times it comes from a deeper place inside. And again, that's human. But being aware is the key. Your addiction? Exactly. Pillar of strength. Pillar of strength. Okay, fortify your resolve and stand strong in your truth. Do not let others undermine your faith. Look, whatever is your faith, whatever is your belief, it's kind of like religion, as an example. People should respect each other in that aspect. One's belief may not be another person's belief, and that's okay. I always say that we're not judge, jury, executioner. And so if that means people are going to do what they think and feel is best, then let people do what they think and feel is best. I think the world would be a lot better if we did that, right? You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so let's see. What should we focus on today? And we have the Empress. The Empress is about birthing a whole new cycle. So creating something new. It's about feminine energy. It's about putting yourself out there, sparking new things, right? And so let's see what else we need to know. This says, wait and listen. Well, I can't say that I like waiting. It's not so much that we want to wait. I would just say, take a second and listen. Hi, lady, you're a Persian girl. Is he coming back to you? People always have a way of coming back and testing us. It's your first time watching? Thank you for the subscribe. I really appreciate that, The Real. Thank you. I think people should take the time to listen before they speak. My mother used to always give that advice. You don't believe in organized religion, but you don't default anyone for having something to believe in. Absolutely. I think everybody has their own belief system, Laura. And I think that we're always a product of the environment that raised us, right? So ultimately, each person has a unique individual experience in their upbringing or their day-to-day life. And that's okay. Hi, Gina. I'm well, thank you. How are you? So let's see what else we need. This says overcoming obstacles. So in other words, it's saying go over it or around it or just see the way through. There's a hidden path to discover. I mean, I think really what this means right now is in order to have new energy, you've got to feel it, you've got to heal it, you've got to do your best to push through, even when it's difficult. Ears function before mouth is in motion. This is true, Veronica. Good, Gina. I'm glad to hear that. Listen to understand, not listen to reply. Good point, Kat. Good point. All right, let's take a look at the recent past. Recent past is, two cards came out, Nine of Coins and the High Priestess. Well, we know that the High Priestess is all about divulging things as you go. You're never going to get the whole answer up front. The High Priestess is the keeper of secrets. She has a scroll on her lap. She's got a pomegranate, which is all about fertility. And as you seek knowledge, it is given to you. Hi, Lisa. That's why when you think of the journey that you've been on, and like I said, I've been reflecting about the last 10 years of my life. I mean, imagine if I had known all of that at once, what would I have done with it all? Like, really, what could I have done with it all? I would have been completely overwhelmed with all that information. I was overwhelmed with even a smidge of that information. Yeah, Nick, that makes sense. Hi, Juliet. I look at it like this. I think spirituality and religion are very, very similar. They're rooted in similar teachings, right? Hi, Hasnain, how are you? Hi, Lisa. So the Nine of Pentacles is about feeling good in your own skin, self-worth, self-value, self-respect, and building your confidence as you go. And now that Mercury and Venus are going direct, there's more of an opportunity for movement and for change and getting the information that you need. Suzette just said, I've been realizing expectations. Since then, I'm less stressed, less overthinking. I think that expectations are the root of all problems. When people have an expectation, if I do this, this will happen in return. You know, that's the tough part. Or expecting that people will do things exactly the same way that you will. I'm well, thank you. It does, Laura. Laura just said, I've noticed sometimes being still and quiet will garner you a ton of inside information. Hi, Laura. You're feeling, Laura and Laura, just so you know, because Laura's right after Laura. Feeling negative and grouchy these days, no motivation. Is this the common vibe? Yeah, we're in a void. We're in the in-between. Laura, I was just saying at the beginning of this live that I took that feedback or that question about asking for what you want or better, and I filmed 3 videos today in a series, all about the things that you guys told me. Remember that day I made a list and I took them and I just said, okay, let's talk about them. So I went through, I was really motivated. I was like, okay. So I made 3 videos. They'll be out in the next few days. And hopefully that'll give some motivation or some insight on doubt and purpose. And remember the questions too, you know, like how do you find your purpose, or how do you get out of the fear, or how do you get out of the doubt? You have to go for an MRI. Hi, Nelsie. How are you? I hope it's nothing serious too, Juliet. Sending you good vibes. Absolutely. Yeah, Laura, they're not out yet. I just filmed them this afternoon, but it's something that I did keep in the back of my mind after we all discussed it recently, and I appreciate all the incoming information that you guys gave me. Input. Good point about expectations. We were taught as kids, do X and you'll get Y. Yes. Oh, you were hoping the videos would come? Yes. Hi, Randy. And you stop trying to understand the other part. He has been feeling the pressure. Of course, Suzette, that's the thing. That's what people have to understand about another person in these deep soul connections. We don't understand the pressure that they're under. We think of ourselves, and no offense to you, I'm not saying this is you, I'm saying this is even me. I used to do the same thing. I would worry about how I feel, what I want. I wanted love. I wanted to be chosen. I wanted everything to work out the way I wanted it. So Suzette just said, so if I don't put expectations and release it to the universe, right, then things will shift. Thank you, Lisa. Me too, Tamara. I do too. Always. I look at it like you have to look at the bigger picture and understand why people do what they do, even if we don't agree with it. I think that's the Libra moon in me personally. Could even be the Sag rising or the Virgo. But I know that sometimes it's bigger than us. It's not just us, right? And so that's why I always say, you know, people in these situations, when you're in a deep soul connection, the person is usually 10 steps behind you. And you have to remember that you were once in that position. And I think a lot of us think subjectively about why things happen to us versus, you know, why it's happening for us. And that's always hard to digest, you know? I think everything is bigger than us, you know? Every aspect of our day-to-day life is bigger than us. That's why I always say we can't change anything from the top down. You can only change it from the bottom up. You can only change yourself. You can only take in the information and process it yourself and radiate outwards and hope that other people pick up on that and do the same thing. But if we're trying to change the system from the top, it just doesn't work. You can't force it, you know? Hi, Naomi. Michelle just said, yep, I told him I understand the situation he's in and how he's feeling, but I don't deserve to have it taken out on me. No, and Michelle, I would say this, look, it's one thing to allow it, right? Or to understand, or sorry, it's one thing to understand it, but you don't have to allow it or accept it. Hi, Mick, how are you? And I've said this to people in the past too that I've dated, you know, I can understand why you're experiencing this, but that doesn't mean that I have to allow it or accept it in my day-to-day life. And I think that's the key, right? The bottom, you know what it is, Tamara? I think the expression is, if I'm not mistaken, that like you can't build a house on mud, right? I don't know if that's the expression, but like where you can't build a house on a swamp or on mud because then there is no foundation, right? And that's good, Michelle. At the same time, even if that's the case, there's got to be change, and change takes time. Or on sand. Yeah, makes sense. You can't build a house on sand, or you can't build a house on mud or on a swamp. It just doesn't work, right? Because eventually that house, oh, the Bible says on sand? Good to know. I know the expression has a few versions. But anyways, we need a solid foundation. It shifts. And we don't want things to necessarily shift if we're trying to build a foundation. We want to stay solid, like on solid ground. Isn't that what you did in a way several months ago? In what sense, Chuck? Sorry. Like say that, sorry, maybe this is what you mean, Chuck. Like that you can understand it, but that doesn't mean you have to allow it or accept it. Is that what you're referring to? Yeah, makes sense, Michelle. Makes sense. Hi, Teskeen. How are you? Hi, Kilrapu. How are you? Or Kieran, I should say. Recent past is aligned with your purpose. Now, funny, we talked about purpose a moment ago, like trying to find your purpose. You don't have to stress about your purpose. It becomes divulged to you in time. The way you walked away at a bad time for someone. Well, Chuck, you were doing what was right for you and protecting your own energy. And sometimes people aren't going to like that, right? Hi, Lucy. How are you? Yeah, I agree, Mr. McKellar. That's right. The meaning is true that every single thing, good, bad, ugly, or hard, is all meant for a genuine reason. Just remain hopeful and patient. Yeah, I agree with that. But Chuck, in that situation, it's not that and I feel bad saying this, it doesn't matter about what happens. It's going to sound cold when I say this, but it doesn't matter what happens on the other end when you walk away. What matters is you protecting your own energy and doing what's right for you. Because if there is no reciprocation there, or there is no connection there, then it doesn't make sense to consider every little detail of what's going on in their life. You have to consider what's going on in yours. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with putting yourself first, right? Because if you're not putting yourself first, you're putting yourself last. And that doesn't mean you can't be generous to people. And that doesn't mean you can't do nice things. But you can't do everything at your expense. Hi, Shell. I'm well, thank you. How are you? All right, let's see what else we need to know about the recent past. And we have safe retreat. Allow yourself to take some time to contemplate your next move in a safe space. You know, this is the thing. If you're feeling like you want to isolate right now, that's okay. If you need a rest, that's okay. But you can't do that forever. It's got to be a bit of a balance, right? Thank you, James. I appreciate it. Welcome. So let's see, what is the strength position today, Mike? Mike, what's the strength position today? You need to fill your own cup first. Exactly. You're trying to realize that. We'll talk more when we see each other. Yes, Chuck, absolutely. No, no, no. That's what it's not. Chuck, there's nothing wrong with talking about something that is related to you. You're allowed to express something, of course. You don't have to feel bad. That's right, Mike. You got it. You're tired. A lot of people are feeling exhausted right now, for sure. I did say that in the Scorpio reading, Veronica. I did. I said that in a few readings, actually, that there's nothing wrong with taking time. I think the problem that we have in the energy right now is that there's this impulsivity where we want to act, we want to say, we want to express, we want to push. And then at the same time, there's this need to rest and relax and to contemplate a little bit. It always comes down to a bit of balance. And something that I say to people is, I'm business when I'm business and I'm social when I'm social. There are times about me where I'm absolutely business, meaning like I got something to get done. I have to teach something, like especially if I'm in a classroom. I used to say this to my students, like if I'm in the classroom and I got an assignment that I got to get the kids going on or doing, or something for their well-being, I'm absolute business. Like we got to get this done. And then it's like I'm social when I'm social. And that's why when I'm hard ass Kelly, there are certain times when I'm like absolute business, where like I'm passionate about something. I want it for you. I want to teach it to you. And then there are times when I'm absolutely social, where like I'm not even picking up the cards, or we're laughing about something silly or a joke or whatever. It's because there's always these moments, right? And I think that fits to most things in our day-to-day life. Yes, you can rest, but at the same time you can make a move, and that move can be the smallest of moves. It doesn't have to be changing the world overnight, or your life in a day. It's not reasonable to think that you can do that, but you've got to find something out of an experience, right? Yeah, I said what I said exactly, Veronica. You're right. BK is all about her way. Yes, Batty Kelly, Batty Kelly. You're right. So let's see, what's the strength position? We didn't even get to it yet. Let's see, strength position. 9 of Wands. We've had all these nines. Nines are about solitude. 9 of Wands is the wounded warrior. I think people actually, and tell me if I'm right or wrong, but how many of you are feeling the wounds coming to the surface? The sensitivities coming to the surface. I talked to a lot of people last week in sessions who felt very emotional. And I think that's in the energy right now. Because those wounds are coming up to test you. Friday night into Saturday morning, you were in your strength position. Really, Mish? Were you now? Yeah, Veronica, you've been feeling that? Yeah, Mr. McKellar, you're feeling that? Yeah, Michelle, you too. Yeah, it's the closing of the wounds. It's so true, Tamara. They're trying to shift out of the old into the new. For sure, 100%. 100%. Hi, Carla, how are you? Yeah, you too, Nozomi. Mike says I'm prolonging the strength position today. Nothing wrong with that. This is the Earth Rabbit, and it says in harmony with the season. So, I mean, look, the rabbit energy, spring energy, this is spring in this side of the world, or this part of the world. And so, yeah, we're trying to be in new energy. We've got to let go of the old stuff. I mean, look, all we can do is move forward. I don't want to live in the past. We can acknowledge it, we can visit it, but I don't want to live in the past. Every day's a new day. And I used to tell that to my students, and I even wrote it in a comment, I think on TikTok, where somebody was saying they were struggling with something, and I said, but remember, every day's a new day. You got out of your comfort zone. Perfect, Mish. I love it. Every day's a new day. Michelle just said, been working on forgiveness of myself and my parents, and the wounds just keep coming up. But that's a good thing, Michelle. That's a good thing. Even if they keep coming up, it's meant to be processed so that you can move past it, so that you don't have to keep it, stuffed down anymore, because it doesn't help. Thank you, Stacy. Ring of Fire. So Ring of Fire says you are being challenged to stand up for yourself and those you love while the heat is on. It's time to just step up in general into the new energy, right? And let's see, the near future. Kat just said, I finally closed a wound I didn't realize I had. It was an amazing epiphany this week. Felt like such a release. That's good. I think that's true for a lot of people right now. These old wounds are coming to the surface. We want to close them. We want to let them go so that we can make space for new energy, right? So let's see. Process, purge, push through. You got it. So the near future is the, oh, funny you said that, Nick. The near future is the Three of Swords. It's dealing with some sadness. Hi, Linda. How are you? Out with the old and in with the new. Linda, you've crossed my mind actually a few times recently. I hope all is well. So let's see what else. Three of Swords, sadness, some heartbreak, hurts, fire rat. Look how we got the Ring of Fire and the fire rat. I mean, I know that these are not necessarily zodiac specific, although they can be. But in general, we're in this Aries season, right? So light and shadow. With light, there is dark. With dark, there is light. There's always going to be something that comes to the surface, right? Perspective, perception, and patience. Lots of P's. Lots of P's. Sudden strike. The near future. You get some shocking news, but do not worry. The universe is taking care of you always. I do believe that's true. Information that comes through where we have to process and figure things out or navigate our way. You're funny, Mish. I know what P you were thinking of. I'm just guessing. I shouldn't assume, Mish. I shouldn't assume. I know when you laughed at the beaver card the other day on my video, I knew exactly where your brain, and you, Nick said she wasn't the only one. I know. I was just responding to her comment specifically, but yes, I'm sure everybody's mind went to some word of a P, right? I'm sure. I know this online family very, very well, because if I'm the one who's doing the talking, I always laugh. You know what I'm saying. When I'm in this live, nobody can read the comments when it's on the replay. It's just me talking. So imagine for a second, somebody's like watching this going, what is she talking about? They don't realize that I'm responding to the comments. Yes, we're quite precocious. Another P word. You always come across my shorts? Oh, I appreciate that. So Tamara's giving us some alternative words. Peach fits the P trend though. You laugh when I smirk, yeah. Or drop the cards in a video. Yeah, I know, for sure, for sure. The suggested approach is the Emperor. We're gonna make some power moves, right? We're here to play chess, not checkers. A lot of Aries energy. We know that that's the season that we're in, obviously. Oh, Mike just said that his card is the Beaver card. He's laying claim to this. He says, I claimed it fair and square in the great card claiming day of 2023. Jose, are you reminded of, how many of you remember the Juicy story? Do you remember the Juicy story? I haven't told the story in a very long time. Have you ever, I'm sure you have you ever talked to someone and they mumble? And you think you hear something, but they don't know that they're saying it? This happened to me many, many, many years ago with my ex-husband. We were watching something on TV and I went into the other room and he told me that he saw something. I won't mention what it is. You can fill in the blanks. And he said that he saw something. And I said something. Well, now hold on. How did it go? I don't want to give you the punchline before the opening. He said he saw something on the screen, and I said, and then he said something like, those are juicy. And I said, those are juicy. And I was like, what is he talking about? And what he actually said was, whose did you see? Whose did you see? As in, like, I thought he said something along the lines of, those are juicy. And I was like, those are juicy. And it was, but whose did you see? And so, anyways, I laugh. I laugh because when somebody mumbles, you can hear a whole ton of things that you didn't anticipate. But anyways, I don't remember how the joke was now because this is like literally like over 20 years ago. But I think he meant to say, whose did you see? But he said those are juicy, and I couldn't understand. Anyways, if anybody mumbles around you, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm glad, Janine. I'm glad. Whose did you see? Whose did you see? Whose did you see? Those are juicy. Whose did you see? Whose did you see? Obviously, right? No, it was something on TV. It was something on TV. Whose did you see? Whose did you see? Those are juicy. I was like, my goodness, this is so like we laughed about that for ages because what a mumble. No, we didn't say Judge Judy, but okay, you've been watching Judge Judy for 25 years. But yeah. Yeah, those are juicy, like thick berries. Exactly. Exactly. Did he say it with a French accent? No. Maybe it was because there's a bit of an Italian sound to the voice, because obviously he speaks a dialect of Italian. But like, whose did you see? Whose did you see? But when you say it very quickly, like, whose did you see? Oh, absolutely, Nick. The importance of enunciation, 100%. Used to mumble all the time. It would drive me crazy because I would have to try to decipher. I would have to decipher the words. And Mike just said, if I mumble, whose did you see? Chances are it actually was those are juicy and you weren't meant to hear it. Maybe. Maybe. Hi, Antonio. How are you? Okay, so the water birds speak your truth. So here's the thing. I mean, like, the suggested approach is authenticity. Speak your truth. And let me see where my other deck is. What did I do with my deck? Oh, I put it under the other deck. When you said melons, Tamara, it reminded me of the story when I was in Italy. Remember the towel moment when the guy woke up in the morning, the guy selling the fruits on the street, it'd be 6 o'clock in the morning, and he would go, melons. And then he would sing his song about the fruit. So I don't know if that's what you were referring to. That reminded me of, speaking of Italian accent or Italy. But I know the towel story. Oh, getting stuck in a bathroom and climbing out the window in a towel in front of a whole town in small country, as in like area of Italy. The Kelly Library of Decks, that's for sure. That's for sure. When I go again, you know what's sad, Tamara, is that I don't think I'll be going there for a long time. Thanks, Mish. I love Italy, but it's one of those things where I don't see any real travel there for a long time. Oh, look at the crab. Oh my God, that's so cute, Mish. That's cute. But yeah. Yeah. All right, let's see what the suggested approach is. Holding space. Hi, Isabel, how are you? Make room for the magic to happen by clearing out any doubts from your mind. Well, this is interesting, the topic, because I just made a video about doubt, right? Yeah, I was a high school teacher for many years. I still am technically, because I've been going back in every now and again. I teach business, French, and English. I know, Linda. I have the best followers. They're not even followers, it's just an online family. I'm glad that you love this live. I love talking about life. Thanks, Mish. Love talking about life and love and stories. Hi, AJ. How are you? Next stop, Vegas. Jose, I would love for us to go on a trip. We know that. Oh, thanks, Justin. Oh, Justin just said best French teacher ever. For those of you that don't know Justin, and I told you guys, go follow Justin, Maximum Skin, his videos. Justin, your videos are superb, like superb. Justin works in skincare and in nursing and gives like reviews and commentary on different videos, and I'm really enjoying them. I'm so proud of him. And if you remember my story about Justin, Justin's the student who went to go see Adam Lambert, went and I don't know, did you skip school technically, Justin? I don't remember. Went to Much Music in Toronto out in the crowd and told Adam Lambert to sign my CD so that he didn't have to do French homework. Now you made that up. I never said that you didn't have to do your French French homework, but you gave a good reason. You gave a good reason. Hi, Richard. Thank you. Sign your CD. Yeah. But I love astrology, AJ. Yeah, I do. But yeah, good memories, Justin. Seriously. I'm good, Mish. I'm good. I've been really, really busy. Technically, you skipped your last French exam. You said if I got a CD side, I could rewrite it at a later date, and I kept my word. I think you're right. I think you did write it. I think it was all good whenever, as long as you did it. But Justin, you were a good French student. Now, do you still keep in touch with Brooke at all? I haven't seen Brooke in ages. It used to be Justin. I believe it was Brooke that you sat with. I have so many stories of that time in my life, Justin. Holy smokes. I remember that class extremely well. Aw, thanks, Mish. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. No, I don't do palm reading, AJ. I've had a lot of students at school actually ask me that if I do palm reading. Yeah, you know what? The last time was a few years ago. She actually did some cat sitting for me like a long time ago, like when I was married a long time ago. Hi, Brad. How are you? Oh, Brad and Veronica are here together again. We have to point that out every time. Yeah, the two of you. Oh my gosh, Justin, you and Brooke, you guys were quite the pair. Do I do mediumship? No, I don't advertise mediumship. Do I have inclinations of such things? Yeah, but I wouldn't practice it professionally, no. Reiki? Yes, I can do Reiki. I don't do it professionally though. But you can feel the passion for what I'm doing. I do love teaching and I do love interacting with people for sure. Veronica says, hi, Brad. But let's see what we need to know. Yeah, retrograde, bringing back the magic couple. You got it. Oh, there was a honk outside. Beep, beep. I don't know if you heard it right when I said that. What do we need to know? The Wheel of Fortune, growth, expansion, and good luck. There's change happening. There's shift happening. Oh, you let Veronica know that I'm on. Oh, really, Brad? Oh, really? I don't speak Spanish, Antonio, but I'm assuming everything that you're saying is nice. I appreciate it. That honk was your kitchen window notification. It was right outside my kitchen window because my kitchen window sees everything. You know? Veronica said, thank you, Brad. Let's see. There's the shift, and it says knowledge brings wisdom. Of course it does. Knowledge brings wisdom. You're going to be moving to Arizona, or maybe. That's an interesting move. Brad, where are you located now? Jax, we're doing a general collective reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Knowledge is power, of course it is, but it's what we do with it that's even more powerful, right? We can know all the stuff, but that doesn't mean we're implementing it, right? Ah, Pennsylvania. Okay. That's quite the move then, Brad. You're just reading about Taurus? Are you, Veronica? I can tell you lots about Taurus. I got a PhD in tea. Oh, sudden strike again. This is a double deck. Sorry. This is a double deck, by the way. I bought the same deck twice. I must have liked it so much. I accidentally bought the same one twice. And so I just mixed them all together. So we ended up getting a card that is the same as the one we already had. So the universe is like, I said what I said. You get some shocking news. Okay, so some shocking news. The universe is taking care of you always. And so let's take a look at the hope and or fear. You can never have enough decks. No, if you only knew how many decks I actually have. Let's see. The strength position. This is finding the strength and the courage. That's the hope and or fear, right? The hope and or fear. Let's see what else we need to know. You went to 26 schools and you were born in Idaho. So you've moved, Brad. You're on the road, Claudia? How far are we in? We're near the end. We're near the end. But this will be posted. Brad says, Veronica, I'm a Taurus. Or is that what you were referring to, Veronica? The wood rabbit, it says, follow your curiosity. Well, Veronica, to cleanse your deck, you can knock the deck, right? Oh, Veronica said, I know. Is that what you meant? Oh, I feel the love. I feel the love. There's a big finish coming. There might be. There might be. Let's see. You recently bought 2 of the same deck by accident? So if you don't have it, yeah. Oh, what deck is it? Oh, no, I don't have it, Laura. The Egyptian Tarot? You know what's interesting? You know me, I love ancient Egypt. You know, I always joke about the fact that, you know, that was you behind the pyramids all those years ago. Yeah, ancient Egypt is always very fascinating to me. I like watching documentaries on mummies and pharaohs and tombs. Zen's asking about the status of Brad and Veronica. This is a cross-platform story. Oh, thank you so much, Patricia. I appreciate that. Let's see. Hope and or fear. Oh, look at this. Whole heart. Whole, sorry. Oh, my brain. Whole heart. Kelly. Devote yourself to your endeavors without concern. Committing helps you grow. Believe in your heart. Veronica said, I don't know if I want to move to Arizona. Oh, you live in Egypt. That's amazing, Tracy. Committing helps you grow. Deciding, right? The period reference makes you think of Kim Cattrall and Mannequin. I haven't thought about Mannequin in a long time. Do you remember when that movie was popular? Oh my. That's a flashback. All right. Oh, my stomach is... Ooh, I don't know if anybody hears that. My stomach is rumbling. I am hungry. Like I said, I was filming all afternoon, pretty much all day. In the morning, I was putting up the last videos to YouTube for the zodiac readings, and then I was setting up my camera upstairs. What's for dinner? Probably some leftovers. You dropped your phone when Kelly said whole. I'm not surprised. Yesterday I ordered some Persian food. There's this restaurant that's not far from me that has like the best value. I don't know how many of you have ever had kubide, which is like kebabs. They're amazing. So 2 skewers of kubide, 2 grilled tomatoes, a huge thing of rice. And when I tell you that the packaging for this, I have to look at what platform I'm on. It's like literally like rectangle size, like it's huge, okay? And then it comes with a garden salad or Shirazi salad of your choice, a drink, and then I ordered this like eggplant dip thing. And so I have, if you, like, I don't know, Jose, if you ever ended up having kubide, but really that's the way to start if you like Persian food or Turkish food. I know you've eaten Turkish food, but kubide is like chef's kiss, like the best. You've had it? Oh, it's so good. Anyways, I'm obsessed. Oh, you snorted your Diet Coke up your nose when I said whole? Yeah. So anyways, yeah, I had some kubide yesterday, and so I have leftovers today, really. I shouldn't really have anything else because it's already very filling. Oh, you had Persian food while overseas. I have to say, Persian food is really good. Oh my gosh. I don't know where it's been my whole life. Persian food, Turkish food. I mean, I love Greek food. I don't like spicy food. That's the one thing about me. There's no spice in my food. I'm sorry if I'm bland, but I'm not into spices. Oh, that one restaurant in Toronto? Yeah. The Turkish restaurant? Yeah, if anybody's in Toronto, definitely. Isn't Pandy sweet? Pandy's a little sweetheart. But no spicy in your food, just in your world. Exactly, exactly. I don't like, I feel bad saying this. I don't have the tolerance for spicy food. Like I've never been one for like spicy salsa or any kind of spiciness in my food. I don't have the tolerance for it. I think it's because I didn't grow up eating spicy food. My parents didn't eat spicy food. You know, I'm open to the idea of learning, but I have to say it's hard for me. Brad just said, I'm not sure if I want to move to Arizona either. It's not set in stone. Yeah. You're the same. You don't like a lot of spices. Yeah. You might be moving to Canada? Nice. You like the taste of spices, but not a lot of heat. Yes, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. You've got enough heat within you. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm saving all the spice for the bedroom. Exactly. Exactly, Nick. Exactly. Exactly. But I mean, like, I think sometimes there can be a misconception, you know, thinking that maybe Persian food is spicy or Turkish food is spicy. I mean, there can be, but what I find as a general rule that it's just so savory. It's very buttery. It's very savory. Oh, anyways, I love it. So Mike just said growing up in Florida, it was either southern cooking or spicy. Yeah, I think it really depends on like where you were born, obviously, and what you were raised with. But you know, I was never into spicy food. It just wasn't in my family. But like I said, never say never. Okay, so Pandy's distracting me here. She's being very sweet, like she's not pushing her way up onto the table, and I say that, but I can feel that she will do that any minute now. So I'm gonna put Pandy to the side, and I'm going to pull the last cards. Hi, Jamie. Let's see. Strength. See, Mike, strength position. We're talking about spice. Jalapenos. I can't do jalapenos. Yeah, I remember one time you don't like spicy either, Claudia? I remember one time when I was married, obviously many years ago, my mother-in-law had made like she made a salad and she put like spicy peppers in it, and I didn't know, and I took a bite of one and it was like, ugh, and I just about died. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but like anytime like I'm not expecting spicy food, holy, hits me hard. I got to get better with my tolerance. Yeah, on pizza, no. If actually any spice really is a no for me. Maybe in some salsa, but even then. Let's take a look at the probable outcome. Probable outcome. Magician, Mercury, communication. You love spicy food? And other spicy things too, I bet. Michelle just said, I'm from Arizona. We measure how good food is by whether you sweat while you eat. You're welcome. You're bland, you're vanilla, you can't even do table. I don't like pepper. It's funny you say that, Mish. I don't like pepper. Like black pepper, I don't ever put pepper on my food at all. Never. Kat just said Peruvian cherry peppers, sweet and spicy. You ate wasabi for the first time thinking it was guacamole in a restaurant. Sen, that's funny. That's funny. Oh, Pandy, you're so pushy. You're so pushy. So the Magician is all about communication and manifestation. And let's see what else we need to know here. Let's get the other cards. This has been kind of a nice low-key way to finish the day. I really appreciate you guys being here. Hi, Anthony. Will you get off the wait list for dental school? I hope so. Anthony, we're doing a general collective reading, so we're not doing individual questions. Although one day I really should. I really should, actually, just for kicks, just for cakes. But I hope that you do. You got to manifest it. You've got to basically believe it and set your intentions and don't try to control it. Let's see. Metal Ox, experience the greatest love. Very interesting. We saw this card not long ago, actually, I think. Experience the greatest love. You know, the lovey vibes of the full moon in Libra are out there too. Yeah, it hits you hard too. Hi, Derek. How are you? Oh, thanks, Nozomi. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, it was kind of spontaneous. I was like, well, I just finished, and why not? You know, I could go sit down and start editing, and I was like, do I really want to do that right now? So yeah, it hits hard. It sure does, Mish. Nick just said, I like some heat as a flavor enhancement, but not just for the sake of being spicy. Yeah, I hear you. Oops, I just dribbled. Pardon me. You should do a rapid fire again when you're up to using my auctioneer's voice. Yeah, if I do that, I have to do it on one platform at a time. I can't really do it with like 3. It would have to be like go on TikTok or go on YouTube or go on Instagram. Yeah, I'm very thirsty. Am I nervous? No. It's the bottle. You know, like, this is going to sound so bad. It's the rim. It's the rim of the bottle. Like, it's, you know, when it dribbles. You're setting me up, Jose. You're setting me up. Yeah, Pandy wants a sip. You like wasabi? Sushi without it doesn't taste the same. I'm not into sushi at all. Yes, exactly, Mish. Please explain. I can't. There's so many things that, like, if I try to explain, you know what okay, can I tell you a little secret? I'll tell you a little secret. I was thinking about it. If I ever have to make a video explaining MF, CS, POS. Now, most of us, I think we know what MF, CS, POS is. But imagine for a second, because I have to be careful, right? Because of like YouTube, certain platforms, you have to be careful in words that you use, right? So I could never say MFCS POS on YouTube. So I was thinking about this. I'm like, what could I say? I could say mother. I could say mother. I can't say effer. Like I can't say CS. But I was thinking about, like, could you make one hand gesture, like, very quickly? Could you, like, how, but I mean, POS, I think if you said POS, people would know what a POS is. If you said POS, someone's a POS, I think you know what that means. But, like, I was trying to think of, like, how you could communicate. It's almost like a little bit of charades and selective communication, right? So, like, MF, CS, POS, would have to be somehow explained, because it is a very famous story of mine amongst the online family of when I was asked, or when I was told that they were going to search their soul, and then I was like, yeah, MF, CS, POS, and then I popped off. Is MF the same tone as POS? Yeah, mother. POS, absolutely. Like, it's just, yeah. Mother trucker. Becca's got one. Yeah, mother trucker. Hen, I don't know if I can use that word though. Piece of shizzle. Kat just said it's become a ready use part of my vocabulary. How many of you have adopted the MFCSPOS in your day to day ever since we've talked about this story? Plucker, mother, yeah, mother plucker, or sorry, mother trucker, hen plucker. We're trying to think of ways. We're trying to think of ways. It's a bouquet of FU. What's the C in the middle? A rooster. Even your mom? Have I influenced? Oh, my mother would be so not proud of me in this moment. Um, my mother would be so not proud of me. Hi, Pravin. How are you? Yeah, that poor hen getting plucked. Yeah. Yeah, it could be cockroaches. Part of that. Sure. Sure. Ah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, look at all the versions. We're trying to think of like all the ways that we can say MFCSPOS. I love it. Yeah. All right. Let's see. What's another? It depends on how new you are to the family online, because this is an age-old story of ours. Um, no, she can't read. No, Jose, she can't read the comments because after the live has been posted, nobody reads the comment. They just hear me. That's what I'm saying. I get blamed, right? Yeah. So your mom would love it. Yeah. Let's see. Last one here we have Stargate. You visit other dimensions in your dreams and bring back higher wisdom to share. How many of you, on a side note, how many of you are having like the craziest dreams? I am. Yeah, pretty much, Mike. Pretty much. Thank you, Christy. I appreciate it. I am having, hi, Joanne. I am having just off the wall dreams. Like, I don't even know how to describe these dreams. Like, so I dreamt of like lamb. Like, not like me eating lamb, not me hurting a lamb, but somebody else hurting or about to. And I was so upset about this. Like, I was like, why am I dreaming such things? Like, it's unbelievable. Or I'm dreaming that I'm like in other time. I mean, naturally, I'm dreaming I'm in other timelines. Like, it's me, or sometimes it's people that I know, but most often it's people I don't know, you know? You can't remember your dreams? This poor lamb. I was like, why am I dreaming about this? It's not, I don't, I personally, I mean, listen, nothing against lamb. I eat meat, but I don't eat lamb actually. There's one meat I don't typically eat. But anyways, a lot of people are having some really, really crazy dreams. No, I haven't watched Silence of the Lambs. No, I haven't. No. You're definitely dreaming of being in a time, place, and with people that you don't know. LMB. Yeah. You're right, Claudia. Can someone tell you what Brampton, Ontario is like? Honestly? Very populated, Janine. Very, very, very populated. Like really populated. Like terrible traffic. Represents an innocent person? Yes, for sure. Mm-hmm. Well, there's like a sweetness to a lamb, right? Mish, sorry, I missed that comment. You said, in your feminine, masculine energy lately? Hold on, I missed what Nick said. Silence of the, oh, no, not Silence of the Lambs kind of stuff. Hi, Kimberly, how are you? Is it scummy? Listen, I lived at one time in the north part of Brampton, so I know Brampton. It really depends. It really depends on personal preference. Last time you went to Ontario, you think you had a culture shock then? Well, I mean, the Greater Toronto area is, I mean, so busy. You got to remember that too. Thank you, Yen. I appreciate it. Going from innocent to hack. Mother fluffer, cookie sweetener, piece of sugar. I love Veronica, that's funny. Mother fluffer, cookie sweetener, piece of sugar. Yeah, exactly. So, no, Janine, I mean, listen, I would just say this. It's very, very, very busy. It's very high traffic, very busy. But then where is it not, right? Oh, is that you're from a really small city? Yeah, I've lived in the GTA, various parts of the Greater Toronto Area. I don't think Brampton would be any different necessarily than Mississauga in terms of traffic and busyness. Because, like, really, they're all connected to each other. They're all on the same border of each other. Brampton, Mississauga, Etobicoke, Toronto, York, or Vaughan, Woodbridge. You think people are closed-minded where you live, Zen? Well, Zen, you live out east, right? Hi, Maria. Soccer. Yes. Yes. Yes, soccer. You're right. Veronica, you're so smart. You're so smart. I mean, I think, Janine, anywhere, if you're thinking of moving to Canada, I think that anywhere you move, I mean, in the Greater Toronto Area is going to be busy. I mean, there's a joke that we have here that says basically it takes an hour to get from Toronto to Toronto. And I'm sure that that's the same in many major cities, you know? So I'm sure it's like that everywhere. You're moving in with Lena? Nice, Mish. Come on over. All right, my friends, I better go. Ah, your man is there. Well, I mean, listen, you go wherever you got to go for love. I mean, if it's better for you and it works, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, even Jose just said NYC is a zoo. I think any major city, any greater, like I said, GTA, we call it not Grand Theft Auto, but Greater Toronto Area, is busy. So you're welcome, BJ. Thanks, Jose. I will enjoy my dinner. Yes. Yes, have a good evening, baddies. I appreciate it. Thanks, Mish. Much love to you too. You don't like the city? Me too, Tamara. I don't like the city. I like living in country area. I grew up on a farm, so for me, I kind of like the vibe of quiet. But I mean, everywhere now there's traffic. Oh, I'm so glad, Veronica. Nice to see you. Thanks, Christy. I appreciate the laughs as well. Thanks, Becca. You too. Thanks, Dana. Thanks, Shell. You're welcome. You're welcome, Julio. Thank you. Always good to keep each other company. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Brad. Thanks, Nozomi. Thanks, Janine. I appreciate it so much. Would you really give up the action that happens outside of your kitchen window? I mean, who knows, Nick? There could be different action in different windows. I can tell you some stories that I saw out of the windows of my other places I've lived. Good morning. I hate to say good morning and then goodbye, but I gotta go. Any window action at your window, let us know. Oh, geez, you don't even know, Tamara. There's so much. I told you my window sees everything. Everything. Even things I don't want to see. Right, Pandy? Pandy's a window watcher too. Yeah. You'd have to get cable. Yeah. Who needs cable when you got the kitchen window? All right, everybody. I better say goodbye because actually my phone's batteries are dying. But thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll try to be on tomorrow. Thanks, Linda. Great seeing you too. All right. Take care. I'm going to say goodbye to IG. Have I ever felt unsafe in my own home? No. Luckily, no. Other than that one time that there was a neighbor having an overdose on my stairway, but that's a whole other story. Hello, I'm sorry that I gotta go. Thanks, Laura. You too. You too. I'll talk to you all very soon. That's okay, Roseanne. That's okay. Nice to see you even just for a second. Bye, Zen. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you later, IG. Take care. Bye. Okay, YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you to my mods, and I'll talk to you all very soon.